Morning, welcome to the channel, and we are going to be doing a little bit of a special video for the Blackout opening up series. So today is not really an ordinary day. I've got to go to work this morning, and then I'm going to come home, take off all this crap makeup that I'm just doing now, redo it all properly, and then we're heading to London. I'm meeting two girly friends from Instagram who are in Peterborough, and then we're going over to London to celebrate Perrie's new promotion for In The Style. My voice is going, my nose has started running, so this is going to be really fun. So I'm just doing a quick makeup today. So I've just started off with the L'Oreal. I don't think it's going to focus. L'Oreal, and it's the Hydra Genius. So good, and such a good primer. But yeah, we're going to have a little bit of a get ready together. I think I'll maybe just do a quick one. We'll see how we go. But essentially, this is just a quick video. Well, it's a quick makeup because I generally have around 25 minutes to do hair and makeup before I need to leave for work. So yeah, so I've just gone in with a little MAC, why does it never focus properly, a little MAC concealer, and it's in the shade NC10. It's the Studio Finish concealer, and I just sort of use this one to carve out brows underneath. Now when I am going out, which I am later, I use the P. Louise base one, and it's such a nice thick finish, and I then take that one all over the brow, brow lid. So we'll go from there, and I just then blend this one out. Best beauty blender is the old Luxe Beauty one. So I just want a really quick base today. I thought Jordan was going to come in. He's not. So I just want a really quick base today. So I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty, which is a light colour for me because I have been tanning a little bit. I don't even know what colour this is. I don't know what colour that is. It might be a number, which is 220, but it was the first time I was using that one. And then I'm going to go in with my Beauty Pie tinted moisturiser. I have so many of these now. I really get on with it. Considering I was used to be somebody who loved a full coverage, I've been getting on quite well with that one. Don't you love watching makeup videos? Because everybody does their makeup different. And at the moment, we have half an hour to get ready, so we're going in quick. Okay, so I'm just going in with a really light base. Okay, base layer's all done. It's just really quick. I don't think this is picking it up properly, but we've got sort of like a full coverage, and we're going to go from there. Next I'm going to go in with a little bit of cream bronzer from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the caramel colour. I really love like the actual colour of this, you know, like the pigments of it, because it's not like a dirty brown, and the dirty browns just don't really sit on my skin properly. They don't merge well with my skin tone. So I like to go for more of like the orangey yellow undertones, and I'm just going to take a little bit across the forehead and pop in the cheekbones. I then just put a little bit down the nose. Now I know people normally do like really small lines on this, but I'm going to then just tidy it back up with the old beauty blender, just because it's so much quicker. I've not got time in the morning because I wake up so late. I literally live like 4 minutes away from work. So I think, oh yeah, I can wake up and do hair and makeup in 3 minutes. So I don't have time to be spending ages contouring my nose. I'm going to go in with the Beauty Pie liquid cream blusher. I have so many different colours of these. I really like these ones. They're really nice and creamy. They blend in so well. I've got like more of a pinkier tone and then more of like a reddier tone. This one's more corally, which I quite like in the summer, just because it's like beach girl vibes. And I'm just going to take the little bit of the excess then to bring it over my nose so that I feel like I've got, you know, little cute girl vibes. Next I'm going to go in with the concealer. Now I think this is a ride or die, but I did find the, is it pronounced Liqueur? I don't know what the Aldi brand is, but I found this one and this was apparently a Tarte Cosmetics dupe. Now the one for the applicator, I do find that in one like pumpy thing you get so much on it and it just keeps going and going and it never bloody stops. So like, look still how much product is on there. There's like a whole, it just holds so much product. Now I haven't ever tried the Tarte one. I know, shoot me down, I've never gotten a trend, but I do quite like this consistency. And I would say that it's actually really easy to blend out as well. I went to go and get another one because I've got it in shade 2. And tonight I will actually be using the foundation of theirs. I got this in a medium, in the shade 3, which is like a medium based, just because I thought, oh, it's summer and I'm a little bit more tanned. But I really like it. It was like £5 or £6. I really like it. Now they say that it is a dupe of the Armani one. Again, I've never used the Armani one, so I don't know and I can't compare it for you. But I was out with my friend Tiff the other day and she was like, your makeup looks flawless, what foundation are you using? And when I told her that it was like a £5 dupe thing, one, she couldn't believe it because sometimes I'm a little bit snobby with these things, but two, she couldn't believe the finish on it. So yeah, I was really impressed with it. And all I'm doing now is just really working that in, and I'm bringing where the sort of dodgy contour was on my nose, I've just brought that all in with the blender and I'm just patting now everything into my skin. I'm gonna have to walk around today with my nose like this. Jordan gave me this. Must say though, if you have a real blocked nose, this stuff was like £5 or £6. You just spray it up and then like you breathe in whilst you're doing it and you can just feel it like, bloop, 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 like just working away. It's like little fairies going up your nose and it's just decongesting it all. Really good. Thoroughly recommend. Sod all of the makeup, buy the nose thing. Okay, next I'm just going to set it all. I have not got time to be doing anything fancy today, and I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. I have shade 2 medium and I'm just going to literally pat that all in as well. I just take it all the way around because my skin is oily AF. I don't get how these people do like dewy skin and they buy foundation which is like, here, have this foundation and get dewy skin. I have it already. Maybe if I just packed my skin up and bottled it up, I'd be a millionaire. I'd just sell it. So yeah, I'm just, like I say, I'm taking this off again in like a matter of 3 hours. So I'm just being really quick with this because I ain't got time. Done. Bronzer, Old Faithful. If you're not still using the MAC Medium Deep, where are you at? And I'm just gonna quickly just go over the points that I did the cream one with, and I'm just dabbing it in. Everything with me is like dab dab dab, just so that I can try and make everything quite a matte finish, because in about 2 hours I am due. So I have to matte things up in the morning so that I'm not just having everything fall off of my face by around 11 AM. Then I'm going in with the Milani blusher. This is like a mineral sort of blusher. Is mineral the right word? It's sort of, there we go. It has like a shine, like a, they haven't said what it's called, but it's number 5 and it's in the Lusso. And it's just got like a nice pigment to it, which is really gentle, but it's also got like the shimmer in it. And then I just tend to bring a little bit on my temples, just like the rest of the stuff what was on the brush, on my chin, on my nose. In winter I love putting blusher on my nose so it looks like, oh, she's so cold and she's got a poorly nose and she's been blowing it and now it's all sore. But you know, we're here in summer and I've got that anyhow. Okay, setting spray, we all know how this one works. So the reason why I do that now is because I want my highlighter to sit on top of it. I just feel like it pops more. Might not be scientifically proven, but I've approved it. And then with my brows, they are already tattooed, hence you can see. So I just tend to, because I did like an ombre at the tip, no, that's the tip. At this part here, I did like an ombre, so I just fill in a real tiny bit. But this is my Gucci brow. Primark, Gucci. I hate this brow. No matter what I do, the hairs don't grow the same. I can never get it to look like this one, which is annoying. But yeah, I haven't really got to do much. I think this the iconic triple precision brow definer. So you've got pencil at that end. Then if you undo it, you've got spoolie. And then this end, which actually I think is quite rubbish, is like a felt tip one. Now, when you want to be like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. When you want to just be doing real small, like faint lines, it doesn't really come up. But as soon as like you then like press it all the way down, it comes out. I just, like, I've even tried like leaving it up here so that the ink goes down. It just doesn't work very good. Okay, next we're going to go in with a little brow gel. So again, this is the Beauty Pie one. A lot of my makeup is actually Beauty Pie. I did used to be really snobby with makeup. I really did. But the Beauty Pie one is really, really affordable. And I started off with their skincare because the ingredients in it are so good. They're, you know, I'll do like another video on that if you want it. Because if I start talking about skincare, I need to leave for work in 3 minutes. So this is really great. So I'm just gonna go in with this, just lightly put it over, just to keep everything in place. Ta-da. Okay, I've been getting into like a little eyeliner wick at the moment, but I have not got time for this. So we're gonna go in with Better Than Sex on the eyes. I've had to go back to old school of crimping the eyelashes because I haven't been in for an LVL lift and I'm kind of waiting. I've booked myself in 2 weeks just so that it's ready for holiday, because you can't have it done too close together. I love this mascara, absolutely love it. It does cost a bomb, but on Look Fantastic you can normally get some really good deals on this one. I think Look Fantastic's really good for like your high-end makeup brands, because they do tend to do good offers. Or I think actually, honestly, I've got bloody loads in here. I think back in November when they did Black Friday, I got 2 packs where they were doing a double up, and I think you got it for like £30 for 2, and I think these are normally like £24 for 1, so I just doubled up on it. This is not a flattering angle at all, is it? Okay, then I just do a little bit in the corners, so it gives me like a nice outer look. I do wonder though how many people are going to pick up on the fact that now this eyebrow does not move because I Botoxed it, because you lot all picked up on it, and now this one bloody moves, and I'm moving this one a lot more, so I'm going to have to Botox and freeze that one next. Stop commenting on people's insecurities. Okay, real quick. Lip liner. This is not the normal sort of shade I would go for on my lips. This is like more of a, so it's called Burnt Sugar by MAC, and it was like a little mini in their Christmas range. I normally am a Huda Beauty Blonde Bombshell. The matte finish on this, it stays on all day. Excellent. Right, I need to sort this barnet out, and I put it up last night whilst it was still slightly damp, which you shouldn't really do when you've got extensions in, but I had showered and washed, and if you saw my Instagram stories, I then had to deal with the fact I had a mammoth, I say mammoth, like it was huge, spider. So we had spider gate last night, and then when I'm drying my hair, I'd left bloody like conditioner or something in the top, so I'm like tramp wash over the top, just trying to get the last part out. But I'm just going to quickly straighten this now, because I'm going to curl it all later. I feel like this video is just going to be hair and makeup. No, it's not. I'm actually going to film when I meet the other girls, the other 2 girls that I'm meeting up with. Beth I met, I think it was like 2 years ago now I met Beth. I'll drop their tags on the screen. I say I will, Tiff will when she edits the video for me, because she is a lifesaver. Yeah, I met Beth now, I think it was about 2 years ago when Girl of Muse launched, and we were the girls of Muse, and we met on set, and we just loved her. She was so sweet. So I'm gonna meet her. She is another mid-sized little queenie for me, and then I'm meeting Chris, and then I am meeting Chris. My camera just switched off, so I'm saying this all over again. And Chris I met on Instagram. I haven't actually met Chris in real life, so this will be really fun. I haven't been to a networking event in forever. Obviously we had COVID, and I think the last one I went to was like a house one, because I used to do sort of like house renovation before I changed it over to sort of like mid-sized fashion. So yeah, this will be really fun. I'm gonna go have some drinks, celebrate with Perrie. So good. So yeah, we're just quickly doing this, and then I think I'm just, the weather looks pretty good, so I think I'm just gonna quickly put on a little dress and cowgirl boots. My cowgirl boot era, I hope it never ends. They are so convenient, so comfy, and they just make little dresses look really cute. Because I'm preoccupied talking to you guys, I haven't put any heat defense on my hair. I'm so not used to having back long hair again. I think I chopped off, I say chopped off my hair. I think I chopped my extensions, just because I normally tend to get them about 24-inch, because once you've done heat damage and stuff like that, like I do look after my extensions really well. I can make my extensions sometimes last me like a year and a half. So I do look after them, and I know how to look after them. But as with anything, you're always going to get like dead ends and stuff, because it's not your actual hair. So I normally tend to get them quite a long length in the beginning, so that then I can just keep chopping up and up and up, and then I've got longer wear. But yeah, I think it was just after Christmas I chopped them quite a lot, and I think I sort of chopped it to about like here. So it was quite a long, like, it was then still quite a real long hairstyle, but then I went up to like here. And I just had one row in. So I've always done nanos to start with. I've always had nanos. They're the really small ones and you can hide them so easily. And I was just sort of, I knew what I knew. Do you know what I mean? So I'd always had nanos. And my hairdresser trained in nanos, but also the tapes. And she has tapes and she raves about them. So I was like, right, you know, I'll try it then. So I've got them in. I'm not sure how I feel about them. It's probably been about 3 weeks now. The main thing I would say is I find washing them a lot like harder, because with nanos it's obviously on like one individual bit of hair, not one individual bit of hair, but you know, like it's on a small amount of hair, so they're really movable. Whereas with the tapes, I feel like washing is harder because you've got them all in a row, and when you're washing your hair, it's almost then like I've got to section my hair to try and get the shampoo in and wash in between the layers. So at the moment, I'm 3 weeks in, I'm just not sure whether I would do tapes again for that. But what I do love is that you can't see them when I'm putting it up, you can't see them, and they're a lot easier to hide. So that part of it I really like, because I do find that I never really put my hair up too much because you could always see like little bumps. So that was the annoying part of it. But I'm done, we are finished. And I now need to go and find an outfit because I need to be in work in 15 minutes, so that's good. Okay, so Jordan's still sweeping, and this is the finished outfit. Like I say, I'm literally at work for like 3 hours today before we finish. So we've got the cowgirl boots on, which are from H&M. This cute little dress, which has an elasticated waist, which is so good, is from Jesson's range in the style. And then these major cat eyes are from Shein. So yeah, this is us. I'm gonna go to work and I will see you again in 3 hours. Okay, so finished work, half day done, completed, ready to go. So I'm back home. I'm gonna take off the quick makeup that I did this morning. I'm gonna curl my hair first so that it sets and it gets really nice and cool. That is the key to a long lasting curl. Let it completely cool before you start like pulling all the curls out. First things first, got myself a little chicken nugget Happy Meal, because drinking on an empty stomach, it's not big and it's not clever, and at the age of 31 I know that now. So I learnt that lesson years ago. So yeah, I'm gonna go get ready. I haven't actually found an outfit yet. I do not know what I'm wearing, and I leave in approximately an hour and a half. I don't know why I'm always last minute. I'm always last minute. Like, why do I do this? I don't know why I do it. But yeah, we're lastminute.com. and I'm gonna just go and see what I can throw together. So let's go. She's crying. I don't know if it's because she wants the treat or if she's sad that I'm leaving her. No, she don't care. She will end up out there sunbathing away and playing on the grass. Oh, there you go, clockwork. Oh, she's not doing the grass. There she goes. You just know when you know your own daughter, really, don't you? She's literally like clockwork, honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna go and get ready. I say I'm gonna go get ready. Can you just watch how much my dog loves having a little treat? I love how she just plays around with it. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, so we're gonna wipe all this off. The best stuff to be taken off makeup. I love this Body Shop one. Very similar to the Elemis one, but I didn't get on, like, I just didn't really get on with it. And this one's way cheaper. You honestly, like, look how much I've used, and you only need a little bit as well. So I generally use like this much, and then you rub it about and it just melts everything off. It's so easy. So I'm gonna rub this off. Be gone. And then we're going glam. I'm gonna do a bit of a darker eye, a bit more of like a smoky one. But you can see, like, look, even on my eye, it's just melted away all of that mascara. So then we're gonna go in with another cleanser, and I'm gonna do this one twice, so double cleanse after the pre-cleanse, just to make sure that we've got everything off, because I was an adult acne, I'm gonna say survivor, because it was a bloody ordeal. Like, getting adult acne is probably like one of the worst things, because you feel embarrassed with it as well, because it's like, I'm an adult, why have I got this like acne's for kids? And it's very much what you think, don't you? So yeah, getting adult acne is hard, because it's like, I'm a grown-ass woman and I'm now getting like acne. But it's so common. When I sort of really went through my adult acne journey on Instagram, I had so many people messaging me that they were going through the same thing. So generally, loads of us are going through it, but I'm at a sort of stage now where I've got like a lot of scarring, which I've had like treatments for. Like, I've done microdermabrasion, dermaneedling, like I've done loads of different things. I've had like, it's almost like they plump hyaluronic acid in, so it's called, I always say this wrong, it's called Perfolo. Portfolio, I don't know how it's pronounced, but it's one of those. And that's essentially putting hyaluronic acid into your skin, just so that it helps with like fine lines, wrinkles, glowiness. Like you can see here, I've got absolutely nothing on my skin because I've just wiped it off. And we've got a good sort of glow there. So yeah, that was really, really good. But I still have like some scarring because I was a picker. I can't help it, I was a picker. But I'm going to do one more cleanse, and then we're going to go on to hair, so that then that has time to set. Right, you are currently balancing on a White Company Seychelles gift set and some other jewellery box. Let's get rid of the sock, shall we? Okay, we're back, ready to go. If you're seeing white random bits, it's because I did just pick some spots. So now I've got azelaic acid on it, trying to get rid of the redness. So, I always find that dry shampoo really helps give it a little bit more texture, so that then when I'm trying to lift the roots, it works a lot easier. So always spray that all over. Let's get going. So normally to curl my hair, my favourite two is the Dyson Airwrap and the good old GHDs. But I think today I'm going to go GHD, do it like a smaller, tighter curl, because obviously needs to last all evening. So we're going to go. So the way I sort of do my curls is I do them quite tight to start with, and then I always leave a little bit at the end. I don't always go to the ends, especially when I had short hair. That sort of helped me with the illusion of making it look like I had longer hair. I just don't really tend to get on, like I've got the GHD curler, I just don't really seem to get the hold on it that I like from my Dyson or my GHDs. So these are the ones. Best hairspray ever. And it smells like coconut, which is nice. It doesn't just smell like the normal, like horrible hairspray. Right, one bit. On to the next. you what, I love being in warm weather, but not when you're getting ready. When you're trying to get ready and you've got like heat products on, it is not the one. I might actually have to go and get the fan because I'm baking already. Okay, so I've done this side. My cable's like not long enough, and so I look a bit stupid like how I'm trying to do it. So we're going to show you on this side just because it's easier. So on each side I turn away from the face so that the curl is going to go away, and just open up your face a little bit more. And just each time that I'm going down and pulling it, I'm just twisting it a little bit more so that I have got then like that tight curl. And then I never really curl the end part, just because I think it helps give that illusion of like a little bit more like beach wavy, like it's not as clean cut. And especially when I had short hair, like when I don't have my extensions in, it just helps give the illusion of the hair being a little bit longer, which I don't need that currently with 24-inch extensions in, but we move. But I just like the actual style of it. I also don't know whether to do a centre parting or whether I do a side parting. So undecided on that at the moment. Oh, there's a wasp. There is a wasp. Oh, go away. No, not on the eyelashes. Go on, burn yourself on the hair straighteners. Be my guest. Oh, bloody hell. Can you... Between the spiders and the bloody wasps, I'm leaving this house. Right. Last layer. And then we're going to completely let that go. I've actually just got the fan in because I'm absolutely sweating in here. The good thing about my house and the bad thing about my house is that the sun goes down at the back of the house. So the sun is currently, you know, it's just past lunch. It's 1:30. So it's over this side now, and this bedroom just gets so warm. But other hand, really great that we get the sun in the garden until like, well, basically it sets. So there's the pros and cons. Pros and cons. So even though I'm going to flip this side over, I'm still going to curl this side back from my face, because actually then when you curl it back over, it obviously sits then the curls the other way to this side, and it makes it a lot easier to add volume. So I'm going to still curl this side, and even though it's my top layer, I'm still not actually straightening, well, curling the end part. So because I'm going to flip it over, I'm going to use this. This is the Wow, I think it's called Root Lift, Raise the Roof. This is really good. So all I'm going to do on this top layer is, now that I've curled this back bit, I'm just going to do a little tiny bit of back combing and then just spray that on the root. And I'm just going to try and leave it so that it's standing up a little bit, just so that it can dry. Try and make it balance. So I'll pull it forward so it's over on this side. And I'm going to sort of try and do that the whole way around. It just really helps when we are trying to get the volume. Little back comb. Little curl. Is this part where I've just got a little bit with like no extension in. Oh, I have got extension in. Yeah, I have got a little extension in. I'm also just going to back comb this part a little bit as well, just so that then again I can spray the spray on it, and it will just help start giving that illusion then that this side, although it's going to be back and have half the hair missing, it's still going to be quite voluminous. Now, although I'm not obviously flicking the hair over this side, I'm still going to use this root spray, because once I've curled it, I'm going to now back comb on the top of this side so that then it will sit flat. Well, I don't want it to sit flat, that's totally the wrong word. But it's going to have then like that sort of volume there for this part to then sit over. Now, I haven't got the correct terminology for you. I'm not a hairdresser. This is just everything that I've sort of learned over the years of doing my own hair, really. So there might actually be proper terminology. But for me, it's back comb, flick it over, spray it, job's a good one. So with the top layer of this side, I'm actually going to back comb the top part and the bottom part. And I'm just going to let this sit over here. Now, I don't mind that there's got all these frizzy lizzies over because it will hide those. I mean, how I'm giving hair tutorial advice right now when it looks like this. I look like a bird's nest. This here now, like, it's got so much texture in it that it's just going to stay where I then want it to actually stay, which is great. We look like Anne Boleyn or one of Henry's 8 wives, but we're going for it. Okay, so now I'm going to go on to makeup. That's all set in. I'll pull that all out later once we're at that point. But for now, these are going away, which is great because it's bloody 20 odd degrees in this room. Maybe even 30 or 40, but it's warm. So I'm just going to rub in the azelaic acid that I put on where I might or might not have popped or picked some spots a minute ago. Okay, so we're going to go in a little bit differently how I did makeup this morning. So again, I'm going to go in with the Hydro Genius from L'Oreal, just because the base for me is so good. I use a lot of acid on my face to help get rid of like the acne scars. So for me, putting in that moisture back into my skin is so important because, you know, growing up you always think, well, not growing up, when you've got acne you're like, I need to dry it out, I need to dry it out, but actually your skin still needs to repair. So having that moisture back in it is really, really important, which a lot of us make those mistakes of dry it out so the spots just die. Doesn't work like that. A little bit differently now. Obviously I didn't do eyes or anything like that this morning, so I'm going to start with the eyes now. When I do a heavier eye makeup, I always start with the eyes, just so that any fallout what comes out here then doesn't go on the foundation. So I'm going to go through this. So the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using is this Huda Beauty one of my faves. I have quite I think actually I might have all of her sort of big palettes like this, and I really, really, really like them. The pigments are so good on them. They are costly, I won't lie. I think when these first come out they're like £55, but I've used this one loads, and generally I'm only getting to like the bottom on a couple of them now, just because the pigment's so good in them. But first off, we're going to carve out the eyebrows. I'm going to use the P. Louise base, and I use this in shade 2, Rumour 2 it's called. And essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this all underneath my eyebrow, but then also base out the actual eyelid, so that then I can go in with the actual shadow. So all I'm going to use for this is a flat sort of brush where I really then pinch the ends so that it goes quite flat. You can see there, like I've really pinched that so that it goes quite flat. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of product on and then sculpt the brow. Okay, so in the Huda Beauty they have this colour here, which is really nice, sort of like pale sort of colour. It's called Desert Sand, and I'm going to go in with a really big brush. I think it's almost like a highlighting one because I just want to help set it a little bit, just so that then it's not too wet for when I'm going in with the colours. Now I think I'm going to go for more of like an orangey tone. I really love the orangey tones on me. I think it just suits my skin tone so well. So we're going to go orangey. Okay, so for the sort of now like base colour, I'm going to go in with the MAC bronzer. So by me doing this, because I use this for my actual bronzer, it's going to then like bring the whole look into it. So I'm going to now do sort of like a base colour, which is all around here in the actual bronzer, so that then the finishing look all ties together nicely, we hope. Right, now we've got the base sort of done, I'm going to go in with the Blazing from the Huda Beauty one. So it's this orangey one down here, and all I'm going to go in with it for is like then like bringing up like that crease part. So Lego. Okay, so if we're now at stage clown, still on the right track. Okay, so now I'm taking quite a bit of a smaller one. I think this is more of like a smudging sort of brush. But what I want to do is I want to go back into that crease line. But I'm now going to go in with Oud, which is quite a darker one, just so that I can really give it that depth. Now, you don't need a lot of this product because it really is pigmented. So I'm going to use this one to get precise, and then I'm going to buff it back out with one of the bigger, fluffier brushes. So the next part then, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take that same Oud, but I'm now using an even thinner brush. So you can see it's a bit longer in bristles, but it is thinner. And I'm just going to get a little bit on. And I'm going to then bring this part here, like, out a little bit. Can you imagine if you were cool enough to be sponsored by McDonald's? Manifest, 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 free chicken nuggets for life. I've lost the plot. Just to now sort of like bring this colour through, I'm going to use this Blood Moon one, which is a little bit of a shimmer in there. And I'm just going to put a little bit on. Now, when I first bought these out, like, you would wet them, but I don't want that look. I don't want like a thick sort of metallic look. So I just want a little shimmer. Then I'm going to go back in with that one which has got nothing on. And again, I'm just going to blend everything through. Okay, so for me right now, that's enough on the eyes. I'm going to clear up the sides, put the lashes on, and then when we're finished, I'm going to go in with like highlighter here so that really opens up, and then some on just underneath the eyebrow. I'm loving the Luxe Beauty blender. That company, they brought out their own range of lashes. And I am loving them. I think I'm going to do these ones. They're not as big as the inside, and then they flare out at the edge. I'm loving cat eyes at the moment. Loving them. So just by looking at this lash, look, it really goes out at the edge, and then on the inside they're all just cute and wispy and not loads of them. Now I'm going to show you a little hack, which when I showed the Insta fam this, they went a bit crazy for it. So, right, I'm going to curl the lashes first because they're not curled because we haven't done the LVL yet. So, I'm going to curl these. So, 2 sec. Okay, so they're curled. Now, I'm going to put some glue on my hand. Then I have an angled brow pen. I think that's what it is. This one's the Morphe M165. So this is just an angled one, which has obviously leftover residue of glue on. But I love that you can really pinch the ends, because what we're going to do is I've now got some on there. I lost my eye palette so that we can get in close together. And I'm going to put it along the lash line. Now, because it's an angled one and I've pinched it, you can get it really, really thin. I'm going to do that on both sides. And I'm also going to put it along the lash line of the actual lash as well. And I want to be waiting really at least sort of like 40 seconds. I want this to get really, really tacky. Almost to the point where it's basically back see-through, because it's near enough dried. Because then when you stick the two together, it's like tacky, tacky, tacky on tacky. It just sits, stays all day, all morning. If you want to be that person, you're done. We're going to try. I'm going to try doing it into the camera lens. We're not. I'm going to end up facing the other way. But I tend to put it all the way to the end of my eye first and line that up, and then use the tweezer to put it in. And then just push it all, push it real good. We're done. And then I'll just take some mascara, put it up, clamp it together a little bit more just so that it's stuck there, and we're good to go. but it's so easy because you've made it and left it to get so tacky. It just sits as soon as you put it on. Push it on there, job's a good one. So I've got the beauty blender. I've just now gone and wet it, and it's like doubled in size, and I'm just gonna like really gently just brush out this line, just so that it's not as out there. Next thing that I'm going to do is I've got the Huda Beauty foundation stick. I've got it in Chai. I don't think you need the number, I think it's just Chai. And just around my mouth where I have got some discolouring from like scars and stuff, I just put a little bit on, and I almost sort of really use it as concealer, even though it's a foundation stick. And I just put a little bit on like this, and then just really blend it into the skin and push it in, so that it started taking away some of the colour, like discoloration, you know what I mean. Now I'm going to go in with a mix. Now don't judge me on my foundation, I'm really quite snotty with a lot of things, but when I first had my adult acne, I was using brands which had like an oil base, and it just wasn't good for my skin, so I went on to like a water-based product. Started using the Ordinary, was really good, and you can get a full coverage one and you can really build that up great. Then as I moved on to skincare and really sort of learning about that, I found Beauty Pie, and then they brought out their sort of makeup range. So I do have the Beauty Pie foundation, and I've just found the dupe of the, is it Versace in Aldi? So I got this in a shade 3, but it is a little bit too dark for me here. So I'm going to mix the both of them just so that I can really sort of match up a little bit more, because it is a little bit dark, but I am going to have to bring it down here a little bit because I do think that it is a little bit still too dark. But I really like the colouring of it. So because I like it, I might try the full one, but we don't know. So I sort of put this one in the middle of the cheek, just so that I can have like the darker part here. And then again, I'm going to put that then up on the sides, because I contour around this side so that it goes darker. And then I'm going to go in with the slightly lighter one and put that here, so you can really see the two differences. So mixing them together, just at the minute while I'm not tanned, is a bit of a lifesaver. I must admit though, I do like mixing my foundations. I think that you get such a better coverage when you mix two foundations together. So I'll always go in with the brush to start with. This is like a buffing brush, and then I'll finish off with this one. Just because I'm mixing two foundations together, I find it mixes better with the brush, and then I go in with the beauty blender to really sort of blend that in. And I'm just going to go round in circles, which is a bit like my daily life, going round in circles. And I'm going to be really careful when I'm bringing it up here so that I can keep that shape. So I'm just being really careful around there. Into the skin as well. So around my eyes right now, underneath, like, it's messy, but the concealer part's going to help with that. Okay, so up next we're going to go in with the dark contour. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Bronzer in Caramel. I really like this, and I'm just going to go in just under here, and then around the head, and it blends in so nice. It's such a nice creamy texture. I can't remember how much it costs. I think it is about £30, but I use this every single day, and I'm still on my first bottle. I bought another bottle tub, because I was like, oh my god, I love it, and I'm gonna run out of it soon. It's lasted me ages. I would say I probably purchased this maybe 10 months ago. So I honestly thought I'd run out of it quite quick, but I use it every day. But because it's such a nice consistency, it just blends really nice. Okay, so from this morning I'm going in with the sort of pinkier one than the coral one that I had. This is Blazed Apple from Beauty Pie. Again, you need the smallest amounts because this stuff is so pigmented, and I'm just gonna do the real tops of it, and then generally I like do that and then it comes out like this, and I'm also just like tapping it as well because it comes so pigmented, and I just sort of really carefully then like blend that up here so that it's giving me the illusion of the lift, and I pull it into the contour so that it blends nicely together. The best part about it is then when you put the highlighter part on it, I feel like I look like a Neapolitan ice cream. I'm not gonna lie, you've got the vanilla, the strawberry and the chocolate. Honestly. Okay, I've turned you around the other way just so that we can have a little bit more natural light to help me out mainly, because I don't really know why I was facing that way. I can't see bloody anything. So bronzer's gone on, and then I'm gonna go in with the concealer. This again is a dupe, I think I said earlier, from Tarte. Okay, so we're gonna blend this part just to give a little bit of lightness on the chin, go up the nose really thinly, and then I just put a little bit over my T-zone so that again it gives the illusion of it's a little bit lighter. I'm going to bring this part here just so that it snatches a little bit more and creates sort of depth there. And then for the eye part, I've got a little bit more on underneath the eye and then a tiny bit up here because I just want to bring this out. So I'm going to pinch this a little bit so that it goes a little bit thinner, and I'm just going to bring it up here. And then we're going to go into powders. Now my two faves, I have always been a Laura Mercier through and through, but I've been testing and trying to, you know, test the waters a little bit. I love this airbrush by Charlotte Tilbury. I have it in colour 2 medium, and my bestie Tiff, she swears by the Huda Beauty loose powder, and I've got this in the banana bread shade. So I've been testing these two out recently and I do actually really like them, but I do use them for two different things. So I'll use the banana bread just because it's got a little bit more of a yellowy sort of, although it's actually I don't think this is translucent because it's the banana bread, it has got the colouring in it. So I sort of use that part for like down below, and then this one is lighter that I use that underneath just so that it bakes a little bit lighter. Okay, so I use that part just so I can get a tighter snatch, but then I put a little bit in the lid and just pat over the sort of like rest of my face with it. I've got to set my whole face, like honestly I'm so oily. If not, acne skin is not great for makeup setting. The only thing what I would say with the Huda Beauty one is I don't like how it's fragranced. I tried their perfume once and I don't know whether that is the thing that sort of set off my acne to start with, but it was so perfumed that it just didn't sit right with me at all. Okay, let's bronzer. So I'm gonna go in and I'm pushing it in because I really want it to go in and blend together rather than just swiping. I sometimes find that when you're swiping you then get so much material here because that's where you've put it on, and then it sort of like just drags. So I really like to blend and push product in, and then brush it into the old ear. So I don't ever really contour this part with like liquid. I'll just get a little bit of the bronzer, just put it on my little chubby hamster cheeks. They're more like, I think they might be more like a gerbil, but we move. Just because I want to keep that bronzer sort of look with the blusher, I'm going to go with the Charlotte Tilbury, I don't know what one this is, Cheek to Cheek, Cheek to Chic, and I'm just going to lightly put it over, because then I'm going to go in with my Milani one, which has got like more of a shimmer. but I just like to try and put this a little bit over my nose, over my cheeks, on the sides of the temples. I don't put loads on, it's just so that it gives a little bit more of the colour. And then I'm going to go in with the Milani one, which is like a shimmer one, and I'm just going to put that one on the top of the cheeks so that it just helps them pop a little bit more until I put on the highlighter. Okay, so for me now the face is really sort of done. I'm going to set and spray it, then I'll put highlighter on after. I just need to tidy up my brows. I'm going to go in with the same products that I used this morning, which is the Iconic pencil brush, just to sort of get rid of any of the powder that I've just put all over my face, and then the gel, just so that everything stays in place. So I'm going to do that now, and then I'm going to come back to like brushing out the hair. Okay, so I'm going to now start trying to brush this out. So just being really careful to go over this part and smooth it out. I'm going to get this comb and just brush out the curls, just so that it goes a little more like a loose curl vibe. I'm going to bring this out, and then I'm just going to titivate for a bit, and then I need to find an outfit. So I'm actually going to shut off for a bit. I need to find an outfit. I have got half an hour until I need to leave. I don't even know what I'm wearing, so I will show you when we've found the final look. We're with Chris, we found her, so we're just waiting for the train, and then got a few little drinky poos and water. We've got to be sensible. Yeah, exactly. And then we will take you with us. We're a touchdown in London. I'm glad I've got bloody Chris here because I'm like, where are we going? I don't know. I don't know London. I'm not a city girl. I like the sheep in the countryside. So yeah, Chris is like my mum. Where do I go? So we're off to St Pancras now, and then off to Stratford. So we'll see you soon. With another friend. Hello. So we've got the Liz tutorial. Yeah. I keep missing out the. So we're now just waiting for the actual train. Yes. Chris's job. It's not our job, it's Chris's job to get us there. Because which STK are we going to?
Stratford.
We're going to the Stratford one, and I was trying to get us to the one near the Lion King. What's that one?
No, not the right one.
It's not the right one. I didn't know there was like 3 in London, so I was like, no, that's not the right one. We're going here. Like, Stratford's so far away. And then we looked at the invite again, and I was going to the wrong place. So I need you. I need her. We're here. The girls are here. We've got the little selfie board. So we're gonna go for some drinks first and then go to STK. Hello to YouTube. Hello. The girls are here. We're having some pre-drinks before we go in. Cheers. Cheers.
Saying thank you to everyone for coming down tonight. I know no one gives a shit about me, it's all about Perrie. I do appreciate the support for the brand, for Perrie, it's been absolutely amazing. I want to say a few quick words before I pass to Perrie, but I want to say I cannot begin to even explain how deserving Perrie is of the creative director role. She has worked. When I met her a couple of years ago, I took a little bit of a gamble. The guy spoke in and so I was like, yeah, give her a go, see how she gets on, do you know what I mean?
Followed me since I had like 10,000 followers, some of you said to me, which is insane. If you would have said to me 2 years ago, like August 2021, you're going to be the creative director of In the Style in 2 years, I would have said, oh yeah, alright, whatever. But it has been such an incredible journey, and just know that this hasn't just come from a place of, oh, we'll just do this for the clout. It's been a real journey, and I am so invested in the brand.